What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video by your boy Colton Lives Bullish. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already to this channel. In today's video, right, because of the amount of content I'm ready to push out this month on YouTube, I wanted to be very transparent in my trading journey with you guys. Because again, when it comes to, finding somebody that you relate with when it comes to trading, it could seem like everybody has similar strategies. Everybody has similar mindsets, but at the end of the day, one of the biggest takeaways, as a trader is that you never stop learning, and there's always something new to learn, whether you're 2, 3, 4, 5 years in, right? So I want you guys to understand that where I come from, what I've learned along the way, and why it's brought me to where I'm at right now, to where I want to come on here and pretty much show you guys and everybody exactly what I've been able to do, right? So, starting off, guys, I found out about trading back in November 2017. I was 21 years old. I was 4 years deep in business college, and the individual next to me was looking at some charts. He was making money on it. He was making $13 profit. That's what I made per hour at the restaurant. So I asked him what was up. He introduced me to trading, and I went on my journey from there, guys. As the free content out there, right? There's professionals and there's amateurs in any industry that you take a part in. And when it comes to trading, we know that 96% of individuals actually fail when it comes to the Forex markets, right? And that's because everybody listens to the free information, the free content, and, really just what is out there, right? And that's what I did. I came in and was kind of searching around YouTube, Google for the first month or two, really no guidance, and lost a little bit of money. And then also, guys, I'm going to walk through this, is like, I've invested not only a lot of money into the markets, but I've invested a lot of money into my own education, right? So I understood that to be professional, I had to invest professional money. I had to make professional money, right? So over those first couple months, I got introduced to quarters theory by one of my, greatest mentors right now, Mike Miles. And he is somebody that, really just put the psychology behind the markets for me, because trading is 10% skill and 90% psychology. So you could learn anything that you want, but if you don't got your emotional, if you're not emotionally stable, if you, find that greed is in FOMO is hard to deal with, then you simply are not going to see success in these markets. You got to master yourself before you can master this game that they print on these charts, right? So I was learning quarters theory, and there's, again, like, I know I'm bouncing around a lot here, but there's three types of traders, right? There's consistent losers, there's people that consistently break even, and then there's people that are consistently profitable. And I'd say for about my first year of trading, all of 2018, I was consistently losing. Because, in these work, but just sometimes, I was using, things like the RSI, MACDs, moving averages, harmonic patterns, pretty much any indicator, anything in the book to help me copy and paste and make a profit. And at the end of the day, it was only working sometimes, and I couldn't explain when I would lose a trade. I didn't know why I got stopped out, and I simply didn't know why I couldn't be consistent. So luckily, right there, maybe 4 or 5 months into 2019, I actually got introduced to the market maker method by an individual out in Tampa, Florida, which is only about an hour and a half north of me right now in Southwest Florida. And that kind of gave me an outlook to the other side of the market, right? I'm on this side. I'm on the 96% of failures. What are the 4% of people doing that actually win? Right? So it gave me an outlook on who's actually behind the charts, what they're doing, what they can see, and how they're manipulating us, because even though we've taken a step into being the 1% of investors, they still do not want us to win at this game, right? So when I got introduced to market maker method, things started to change a little bit. I started understanding a little bit more, started handling my emotions a little bit better, and was getting to that break-even process. And shortly after that, I got introduced to, some types of institutional trading. I got introduced to, how the banks trade. And this is what really, took me and my team, off to the next level, right? Because I went from, knowing the directional bias, but not knowing where to get in and where to get out. I'm sure that's most of y'all's, biggest questions is, where do I enter? Where do I exit? Well, when it comes to thinking like the banks and the institutions that move the markets, if you can identify where they get in and where they get out, you're going to be able to go next level, right? If you have that, risk management in place. So now in the middle of 2019, I went from losing consistently to breaking even consistently, right? And that was a huge step for me. And throughout the rest of that time, I had taken a little bit away from some other educators on YouTube. And again, a lot of personal educators that I've invested, loads of money into, myself to be able to really get this skill down. And then finally, guys, throughout 2020, has been a year of just absolute, growth. Like there's been so many things, just continuing to add on to the confirmation checklist. And the confirmation checklist is something I'm going to go deeper into throughout this month. But I've been able to use everything from the start, right? I'm able to use Corder's theory. I'm able to, if I want to take a peek at somebody using an indicator, I can use it against them and pretty much see how the other side of the market would be using it, right? So I really just want to give credit to everybody that's taught me everything over the last 2.5 years. But at the end of the day, you guys are going to figure out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different confirmations that are going to work for you, depending on pairs, depending on sessions that you can really use to your advantage, right? So and then now, guys, I've brought it to YouTube. You guys see one of the first videos was from about a year ago when me and the squad initially learned institutional trading. And now, guys, it's just about training your eye, right? And that's what I want to do to continue off this YouTube channel. I got a lot more content coming this week for you guys. And I'm just super excited. There's no better time to live bullish than a time right now. That means optimism, that means growth, that means, upward trends, as you guys know. And that's really the only way that we can really be a bigger part of society, right? All of this, mumbo jumbo that has gone on since March, guys, at the end of the day, it's because of education, and it's because people don't have the right education, and we weren't brought into the right system. And I understand that, but we need to focus on solutions and how we're going to fix it, right? One of my, biggest takeaways from over the last 2.5 years is that I was able to understand that the system was broken 2.5 years ago. So now that all these problems are arising again, I basically just get to show people the solution. Hey, you don't have to be in the rat race if you take this, and this precaution, and you're able to apply yourself, right? So that's what it's really about, guys. I wanted to break that down. I'm not trying to, reteach anybody's methods. I'm simply here to, share and educate and learn along with you guys. I learned just as much doing these videos as you guys learn, right? Because I teach with the intent to learn, right? And that's how you guys really need to be at it when it's this game, right? So I just appreciate you guys so much. Wanted to make this YouTube video, let y'all know where I came from, where I'm at now. And I'm definitely not where I want to be, right? Even though, you may be a profitable trader, there's a lot of other things going on in the outside world. So you need to make sure that you focus down on exactly what your goals are, what you want to accomplish, and understanding that people people will go to college for 4 years but won't study trading for 4 years, right? That's absolutely insane, right? Technically right now I'm a junior in my trading journey, right? Why should I be upset if I'm not at a certain point that somebody else reached 6 months into their trading journey, right? So you guys need to understand to not compare yourself to anybody, and to understand that your journey is your journey, right? Everybody goes through obstacles, but it's about you pretty much getting through those, and not quitting on yourself. Because if you quit on trading, what are you going to go back to, right? I'm sure as heck not going to go back to working 40, 50 hours a week at the restaurant, right? Whether it's cooking, whether it's serving, whether it's managing, that's just not it no more, right? It's all about these charts and the dedication. So much love. I appreciate you guys. The comments and the questions that you guys have over the charts are beautiful. I hope I'm able to break it down more throughout this year for you guys. And I'm super excited about it. So let's continue to live bullish. Let's get our study on. And remember, guys, that you are in full control, right? Take, maybe it's just 10 seconds on my video. Maybe it's the whole 25 minutes on my video. Take a part of it and go back test it yourself, because I'm not here to provide signals. I'm not here to do this, that, and the other. I just want to train your eye to see the things that I can see, because I know the risk to reward that could be behind them, right? So much love. Appreciate you guys. Let's get it. I'll see you on the next video.